48 years later, 3 brutal truths I wish I learned earlier. At 48 years old, I've finally realized that life doesn't always reward the obedient, the patient, or the pure. Sometimes, life teaches through pain, through silence, through watching others pass you by as you try to do the right thing. And today, I want to share 3 brutal truths I've learned the hard way. Not to make you feel sorry for me, but to help you save time, avoid regret, and maybe, just maybe, wake up earlier than I did. 1. Stop caring what people think. They don't. Let me just say it plainly, people don't care. You think they do. You think they are watching. You think they'll talk if you mess up. But truth is, they are too busy fighting their own battles to care about yours. I've lost count of how many dreams I buried in fear of judgment. Not because I didn't believe in them, but because I feared what people would say. People like the neighbors, my parents, my siblings, my church community, even people I hadn't met yet, like my future kids. I silenced myself for ghosts. I said no to career moves, refused invitations, didn't apply for opportunities, didn't start projects, didn't speak my truth, all because I was held hostage by perception. But one day, I realized no one cared. No one was watching. And if they did talk, they forgot the next week. Galatians 1 verse 10 cuts deep. If I were still trying to please people, I would not be a servant of Christ. When you live for applause, you'll die in silence. The stage clears. The audience moves on. But your soul, it stays behind, full of what ifs. Listen. You will regret the things you didn't do far more than the things you did, even if you did them imperfectly. Try. Fail. Learn. But for heaven's sake, stop waiting for permission. What have you been putting off just because you're afraid of what people will say? Now imagine your 70-year-old self asking, why didn't we just go for it? 2. Life has no formula, just move. Forget the idea that there's one way to succeed. One path. One perfect timeline. I lived with that lie for too long. I thought, let me prepare. Let me wait until I'm ready, financially, emotionally, spiritually. Let me build first, then love. Let me become, then begin. So when my age mates were settling down, I waited. They married. They built homes. They raised families. They grew. Me? I waited for perfection. Now at 48, most of my peers have teenagers or grown children. Some are grandparents. And me? Now I'd settle with anyone in a skirt. Not because I'm desperate, but because the things I used to obsess over don't matter anymore. I don't care about tribe, past mistakes, body count, or background. I care about peace, about companionship, about time. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4 warns, whoever watches the wind will not plant, and whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. I watched too long. The season passed, and the harvest became harder. Yes, God's timing is perfect. But don't confuse fear and passivity with faith. God gave us free will, and He respects our choices. When He opens a door and you refuse to walk through it, He might not leave it open forever. We say, God's time is the best. But sometimes, God's time was yesterday. And now we are just singing songs of comfort to cover our delay. How many times has opportunity knocked and you hesitated? Not because it wasn't right, but because you were afraid it wasn't perfect. 3. Being nice does not mean you'll succeed. This one hurts, because it challenges everything I was taught. Growing up, I believed if I was a good boy, did the right things, avoided offending anyone, stayed pure, obeyed the rules, respected everyone, that life would reward me. But reality is, life doesn't always favor the nice guy. In fact, society often elevates the bold, the audacious, the rule benders. The world claps for confidence, even if it's backed by pride. It celebrates risk, even if it's reckless. Meanwhile, the good ones, the careful ones, are left behind, overthinking, overweighting, overtrusting. Ecclesiastes 7 verse 16 says, "Do not be overly righteous, neither be overly wise. Why destroy yourself?" And Matthew 11 verse 12 tells us, "The kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force." What does that mean? Sometimes you have to fight, push, break a few rules, ruffle some feathers, speak up, take what's yours. Don't get me wrong, don't become a monster. But don't be a doormat either. Kindness is beautiful, but if it's not paired with courage, it becomes a cage. So here I am, 48 years old. Not bitter, just brutally honest. I wish someone told me this earlier. I wish I had the courage to unlearn the lies. But if you're listening now, you have time. Stop caring about their opinions. Start now, even if it's not perfect. Be good, but don't be afraid to be bold. Because life, it won't wait. And neither should you. If this touched your heart, share it. Someone else might need to hear this. And if you're still breathing, there's still time to live free, live boldly, and live true.